All right. Hey, thanks you guys for joining us for another episode of Net Builders. Today we have Lucas Caneda. I say it right?
Yeah,
And
that's
listen,
perfect. Thank you.
this guy, um, you're gonna get a ton of great value from him. Just a great guy. I could tell already. We just met, but just a great guy. Very passionate about what he does. And I'm gonna leave the floor to him because he tons of value he's gonna bring to you. So without further ado, I'll leave the floor to you, Lucas. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I mean, I think you've done more than enough for me. I can start pretty easily right now after that. So yeah, I'm a professional rugby player, playing at Sarla Rugby, but also I'm a professional businessman, entrepreneur myself, as a part of Unicorn Incubator. That's one of the things we are building. Actually, this possibility to be able to join both passions at the same time, being able to play professional rugby, but also being able to develop and participate into the business world at the same time, which is sometimes not an option. Um, I've met a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues playing rugby or in business that were doing either one or the other. And with Dom Einhorn, the founder of Unicorn Incubator, we've made ourselves the question: why should it be one or the other? Why can't we create something that allows us to do both passions at the same time? And this is how we came with what we internally call Rugby Plus, just as a name, something that allows us to, with the startups that we have in here inside the house, being able to allocate people who are really capable and are also professional rugby players to be doing both things at the same time. Um, the reasons are plenty, but we believe that the passion and the team effort and the spirit that brings you being a team sports player into any business, it's really an added value that we'd like to bring into our business. And that's the reason why we've encouraged this so much. Currently, we are 8 professional players playing and working in here. And starting next July, it's going to be around 15 to 20.
Wow. Wow. I love the fact that just reading through your profile, I got to read through the privilege of reading through your profile here, and um you treat your business life the way that you treated rugby, so can we talk, and I say that in the way because like I said, I got to read your profile, I got to read about the injury and everything, and how you bounce back from that and just in better shape than before. So can you talk a little bit about that, going from semi-pro to pro and dealing with that injury and not calling it quits, bouncing back and just going right back at it? Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We could talk about anything you'd like. I mean, that's the beauty about this. And uh, yes, one of the things we like the most about rugby players in this case is that they're used to taking a hit and being able to stand back up.
Mm,
What that brings into the business world is that uh, you need to roll up your sleeves and put yourself into work in order to make any business or company succeed. Especially in the startup world, where everything's a lot more complicated because you don't have the resources of a big company. You need to be able to just, okay, this needs to get done. Let's get it done. Sometimes you need to get yourself dirty, do extra hours. I mean, having a startup is usually a very enriching and a nice adventure, but it's also very demanding. And you
mm.
need to be able to put the effort in. You need to be able to work as a team, because that's what's going to be taking you further away.
Yes, yes, definitely, yeah, definitely. S- Okay, so let's talk about that work balance there, because as professional rugby player, I imagine that alone is still very demanding. That's snatching a lot of time up, and I imagine that's not just a physical, not just taxing you physically, because I've seen the rugby game and you guys, that's a physical sport, but then you also have the mentality of it, being a team player, memorizing plays, stuff like that, and then you have your startup company, so which is also very demanding. So how are you working with this time management? How is that going?
Well, on one side, I believe that this is actually productive because it allows you to be more time effective,
Mhm.
which is really an important thing to learn. And also, it enables you to put your mind away from one thing and the other. For me, it's very important as a professional player, but also as a businessman, to be able to distinguish this, different times for different things, and even being able to disconnect for a while and thinking about something else completely, even though it's not just separated, as you know, because cellular rugby for us is one of our startups,
Mhm.
which I'll come back after to this. But uh, I don't know, if you're doing sport, you your mind's focused on the game, right? And same when you're doing business. Even though they're highly connected, and that's what I enjoy the most, this connection between one and the other. Um, I think it's very productive to being able to relax a bit, being able to focus on a different thing, and to come back afterwards, and you come back stronger.
Hmm. Gotcha. That makes sense. So dedicate business to business, rugby to rugby, family to family, separated is basically what I'm getting out of that.
I wouldn't say separated, to be honest, because I'd like to mix them as much as I can because I think they're highly connected. But what I do enjoy is I don't know, but tomorrow at midday, I'll stop and I'll go for an hour and a half, do my gym session, and during that time, I'm concentrated on giving it my best at training myself, improving my fitness, my strength, my conditioning, and then I can have a shower and come back to work, and you feel renewed, right? It's like some people like to go work out in the mornings before they start working. Well, this is the same thing.
Okay. Actually, that makes a lot of
Sorry.
sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's talk about Challenger X.
Oh,
Let's
that's
just
a good
talk
one.
about
Uh, Allow me to speak a little bit about Sala Rugby before we dive into Challenger X,
it.
because
Let's do that.
I think it's a lot easier to explain because we take Sala Rugby as our poster child.
Mhm.
So it's actually through Sala Rugby that we explain, we show what we are doing afterwards.
Okay.
So to start from the beginning, Sala Rugby is an 118-year-old club, which we took over roughly a year ago, and we've identified, let's say, problems or things that were not working very well, that we knew that we could improve and we should improve in order to scale up and to go into a whole different category. Sorry, I have an allergy to pollen for the last couple of days.
Mhm.
So, yeah, Sala Rugby, we've decided to start from scratch. So we had our logo, which really was not making any impact. So we decided to rebrand it all. We've created a new logo that everyone's happy to see, but also the most important thing is that they are identifying with the logo and the brand.
Mm.
We took social media, which was doing doing it was being done by some people from the club, but it was being done just for fun, not with the business focus in mind. And
Mhm.
we've went from 1,500 followers to over 130K in the past 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's another big pillar of what we do and what we intend to do. Uh, there's merchandise. We've managed to have a whole over 20 products that are being sold right now by us, but also we've developed distributors all around the city, all around the place. I think there's over 15 or 20 people selling our own products. Um, this was a decision because the first time we came here, I mean, we tried to take something away, as like as present when whenever you travel and you like to buy something to your family or whatnot, and
Mhm.
then we couldn't find anything really related to the place. That was like the first wake up call as to what we should be doing. uh, we've developed broadcast agreements. We've signed 62 broadcast and streaming agreements for the incoming season. So we are really looking forward to our content, our videos, our live games being distributed all around the world.
Wow.
That's a decision that we've taken. We're not just the local club anymore. We really want to be a club that's being known and heard by everyone all around the world, and that people can actually identify themselves with the club, with Salo Rugby, uh, no matter where they are. Uh, and then if we go a bit higher in the pyramid, then there's the another monetization issues that every club has. Um, so how to put this? I mean, when we first took over, uh, one of our guys, we've decided to put him on sales, right?
Uh-huh.
In order to develop any business, you need to be selling something at the end of the day. If not,
Definitely.
you're just doing charity, basically, which I have nothing against to, but it's not really what we are looking for in here.
Uh-huh.
So we've decided to go around Sarla, the village we are in, starting to knock into doors, asking people if they would like to participate, if they would like to be actual sponsors. And many of the people replied to us. I mean, we don't have any money to donate, and that started to bring up a question. What do you mean donate? I'm asking you to be a sponsor. For
Mhm.
us, that's a whole different thing. Um, and they say, well, yeah, but we've always been promised things in exchange for being sponsors, but we've never got that. And we're
Mm.
like, okay, there's a big problem in there that we need to fix. So to make it short, at the end of the story, like, I don't know, people were offered a sign at the stadium and they never received it, or maybe they have never paid for a sign, but they've got a sign in there. Things
Oh,
of all
wow.
sorts. Yeah, that we are trying. We're not trying, but we've actually fixed. Right now, everyone gets what they pay for. We have different sponsorship agreements, and we are scaling that, and we um, are identifying three different levels. So we have local sales, we have national sales, and we have international sales. And we offer packages that are, I would say, customized, personalized for each sponsor, because we really want to make this relationship work for the best. We try to identify how can we bring some impact into what you do, into what you need, into your objectives, and we are really making that happen through Sala Rugby. So the marketing, the media, the advertising that you need, you are getting it through us. That's the objective.
Wow.
Uh, so yeah, and we asked ourselves these problematics that we've experienced, that we've learned, and we've proven that we know how to solve them, are the same issues that every single club, no matter which sport or which country, are experiencing all around the world. That's why and where Challenger X comes in, which, by the way, you can already find us at challengerx.io. Um, we are a SaaS, so a software as a service. We are actually providing all these solutions that we prove that works to all of the other clubs around there. And actually, they are contacting us before we even reach out to them. They are
Wow.
asking, "Hey guys, how have you done that already with Solo Rugby? We want in." Um,
That's amazing, but
why
that just
not?
goes to show that like your actions, the way you showed your results, that speaks louder than anything. That's the best advertisement right there. I could tell you, I could promise you this, I could promise you that. Well, how do we know you could deliver? Look at what we're doing.
I couldn't agree more.
I
And
love it.
that's actually one of our models, one of our things here internally at Unicorn. We always try what we preach first. Uh, so we know it works. If we tell you this is what we are doing, this is what you should do, probably that's because we've already tried different things, and this is what shows to be the best solution for that
Outstanding.
problem. Yeah,
Outstanding.
and that's what Challenger X is trying to do for all the teams out there. It's actually going pretty quick, I would say, because we expect to be listed the public markets in London in 2 months' time. Um, so mid-June, mid-July, sorry. Um, and what I like to call the cherry on the top. Um, so we are trying to change David into Goliaths, right? Uh, so for us, this is like an exponential curve. So we start really at the bottom. We go through branding, through the the image of your club, the engaging with the followers, the of course your logo needs to be a part of it. Then you start building up, you start building momentum. You start getting your merchandise out there, you build a really nice website with a nice e-store where you can buy all the stuff. Your fans can come in, they can actually get the jersey, get something that identifies them with their team. And then you keep going up, you keep going up the line. You have the broadcast agreements, you have the sponsorship outreach. So we kind of show what can be done, what shouldn't be done in terms of sponsorship, what you should be pitching. um, and right at the top of that exponential curve comes the cherry, which is tokenization. We're actually minting tokens for the clubs that are a part of Challenger X. Uh,
Wow.
yeah. So this is a whole new story. Some very big football clubs have done it already. We are not really aiming for that market because they have different problems, they have different solutions, they are a lot harder to get, and that's not who we want right now. Even though if they come, I mean, we will not say no, but this is not our target, right? So we
Mhm.
are really aiming for all of the clubs that are struggling out there, that really need a helpful hand. Uh, I mean, we've done it already. What better proof than Salad Rugby into this model, right? So the token up there literally shows you that can be done, and it can be um very important for your fans because it's going to be a social token,
Mhm.
which means your fans can actually get tokens, a Sarla token in this case, or your club's token. Why not? Um, and being able to interact with that token. So you can actually go um, into the website, into the e-store, and buy a jersey with your tokens.
Wow.
Uh, you
Wow.
can earn tokens by supporting your team. So, for instance, you help your team develop their social media. So, you share a post on Facebook, you get a free token. Those are things that tokenization right now allows us to do and to put, they're called rewards. So, there's a list of simple contracts that are being done and written. Uh, and once that's set, you can't change. So it allows you to mm, earn and to work for your team somehow and being able to get something back, but actually not just have them, but being able to use them or to get rewards with them. So let's say I would love to meet one of the players because I'm really a big fan of yourself. So we could enable a system that says whoever owns over 1,000 Salah tokens or any club's tokens, Challenger X tokens, is able to go into a shuffle to meet his best player, spend a day with your best player. You could do whatever you want. You could, I would really enjoy doing to be able to do the kickoff of a game live. Okay, we can do that.
Wow.
Or invite someone to participate to the pre-match changing room. Uh, have a call with your star, with the player that you love the most, have him wish you a happy birthday, maybe. Things like that, which seem to be pretty simple, but
It mean the
that
world.
create this. Oh, for
It,
sure. I
it mean
remember
the
when I
world to
was
that fan.
younger, or even right now. I mean, you have your idols all around, which you want to meet, which you would love to have a conversation with, and this will really allow you to do it, right?
Yeah, yeah. It changes lives. Like you said, it's such a simple thing, but it could change somebody's life. That moment right there. I love what you guys are doing. How,
Yeah, and also it can actually change the club's life too, because it will, for one, for instance, it will really engage their community even more, even though the club's community is there, but having that community a lot more engaged, it always benefits the club, right? And the club would own a token, which means more monetization, which is one of the biggest struggles every amateur or semi-pro club has right now. How are we going to afford all of our expenses? Um, how are we going to grow? Because the idea, you know, at least in my experience, in my mentality, I always want more. I mean, I'm very competitive. Um, I think it's a good thing. Some people say it might be too much. Okay,
why
I'll
would people
take it.
say that though? Why I don't understand why people think
Okay,
being competitive, especially as you're a professional rugby player and you're a business owner. Why would you not be competitive?
Thank you. I mean, that's thank you for understanding. So yeah, I mean, so I do not like people that just, oh, this is good, this is enough for me. Yeah, okay, that's enough
Complacent.
for you, but yeah, mm, I want more out of everything, out of all that I do. I always look to keep improving,
Mm,
even as a human, as a human being.
mm,
Like to become a better version of myself every day. I think we should all push for that.
definitely.
Same happens with sports. I would like to keep improving. There's tons of stuff for me to improve, and same on the business side. I would lie to you if I would say I was not competitive on every side. And I think clubs and the clubs at least that are reaching out to us see the things pretty much the same way because they are actually seeing Challenger X as this step forward, this possibility to go a bit further um, by the means that we are bringing it to the table, that we can help them out with, but not just for fun because they want more, right?
Yeah, definitely. And you guys, I love the innovation in your business model. I love that. I think that's amazing. But you know how they have the saying, success loves speed. How has that affected you guys? Because you guys just took over the club a year ago, I think you said, and you
Yeah,
made all of these improvements, like a full 180 in the company, which is amazing. And then you you also proved that what you guys did wasn't an accident. It was intentional. So you were able to duplicate it
for sure.
for other clubs as well. Just started Challenger X 2 weeks ago, and you've already started, you hit the ground running with that. Like I'm noticing that that's a common pattern and theme with you guys is idea, think, implement, run with it. Like you guys
Yeah.
do not take your time at all, which I think is great. I think that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck on. I have this idea, gonna ponder on it for about 2 months. All right, let's think about it about a year later again. And
Yeah.
I love how you guys think, implement, go. How has that been
Yeah.
working for you? Like, is that something everybody on the team is able to keep up with?
Well, that's actually very good that you bring it up because we tend to shock people a little bit with I mean we when people ask us when do you want this done, my answer always is yesterday.
I love it.
It might be, kind of a joke, but it's true at the same time. We go for speed. We don't like to just spend. We don't like to waste our times, nor waste your time.
Mhm.
Uh, this comes back to our business model also, as a unicorn, the incubator and accelerator. So we first of all, we consider startups a bit the American way. That means it's not just an idea in your head. It's actually something that you have, first of all, have a proof of concept.
Mhm.
Second of all, you have one, two, or more clients. And third, you've at least convinced your grandmother that this is a serious thing, maybe to invest a little bit. Those are the three big questions for us before even analyzing or considering working with someone. You need to be able to fill those up. And then this key question that we always make ourselves, if you're going to work with you, we always ask ourselves first, what is it that I'm going to do in order to add value to create an impact into your business? Why is that? Because we don't want to lose our times, neither yours nor ours. So if we don't see a feasible, a good way that we can actually make and create some impact and improvements into your society, into your business, startup, we just say, I'm sorry, but this is not beneficial for any of both.
Mm.
So we won't be working together. And we say that in complete honesty. And we don't just, we hate people just trying to go around. No, I mean, I'd rather say to your face the things that they are, and let's get on to the next thing. It's
Trans-
might be a bit brutal sometimes, but it's reality too, right?
But I think it's fair. I think it's very fair because time is very valuable and it's something you can't get back. So I love you guys' transparency there. You know, hey, we can either work with you or you can, because most most companies would not care about that. You know what? I'll work with you, and there's really nothing that I could do, but I will continue to collect the check that you write me every month. And I think that that's
Well,
very fair. I think that's very transparent, and you guys definitely have some core morals and values in your company. Um,
yeah, that's definitely not our model. And especially because, yeah, we could take your check, but we won't be doing anything valuable for you. So what happens when after 3, 6, 12 months, our deal is over and you got almost nothing in return? Would you go then say to your friends, your colleagues, to the other people that you know, would you recommend what we are doing?
mm, good point. Good
Probably
point.
not, right?
Yeah.
So it's also we. I think we are at 90, 95% of no's actually when people come to us. Uh, and that's the main reason why. But that also gives us the credibility that whenever we decide working with you, there's a big reason. There's a very, very big chance that it is for the best and it's going to happen.
Okay. I understand that. I love the fact that you guys have prerequisites first that you named. Yeah, like as because I mean, because let's be honest, a lot of companies, if they're gonna work with you, they give you a questionnaire, and you can fabricate and you can write whatever you want in that questionnaire. Write what you think they want to hear, you know. But you guys actually have physical prerequisites that command action.
Yeah.
So it's like you can write down whatever you want, but you haven't been able to produce these results. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, I mean, writing a questionnaire, a form, as you said, anyone can do that. I can't even ask someone to do it for me.
Good
And
point. Good
yeah,
point.
but we actually, I mean, we would never take a deal where we haven't at least talked. This, well, it's not face to face, but at least computer to computer, camera to camera, that we are actually knowing each other. Because whenever we decide to work with a startup, it's not going to be us pulling the startup ahead. We are going to help you push in the in the right direction. We are giving you all of our tools to succeed, but it's always going to be your startup. It's
Mm,
always going to be your company. If you don't want to make it succeed, nobody will make it for you. So you need to be able to embrace that because it's a wonderful thing that you're doing, taking the risk into the startup world, but you need to be able to endure that with a lot of resilience and being able to face that in the right direction with the right help. It's always a lot easier, but that's what it is. It's helping hand. It's
mm.
someone that has done a lot of those deals before, pointing you in the right direction, helping you with specifics, but not doing all the work for you because it's nobody but you that can actually do it.
Yeah, I think that I think that that's great too because of the fact that if you did all the work for them, they wouldn't maintain it. You know, they didn't have that blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it. So, you know, after you guys contract is over and you step away, they're gonna be like, "Thanks, guys,"
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
gonna fall apart again. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
That's great.
I love what you said. Blood, sweat, and tears. Sometimes, and pretty much every time, I would say it is what it takes to succeed. Uh, Sports, business, life. Uh, you need to be able to keep going. You need to be able, as we say, take a hit, stand back up, keep going, keep pushing further.
Yeah,
You're not gonna beat me. I'm standing up. I'm getting stronger, and I'm coming back, even in a better shape.
that's hey, your competitive spirit. I don't care what anyone tells you. Keep that. Keep that. Like
Thanks, man.
be. Oh my gosh, I can't believe people would think, hey, you're too competitive. No, no, you have to be competitive. If you're not competitive, like I mean, you could definitely see it through your story. You could definitely hear it in your voice when you talk, you know. So I think that's great. You know, competitiveness, ambition. People sometimes skew if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's always a good thing as a business owner. You
Thanks, man.
know, I, I don't.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, we're about out of time now. What how you mentioned challengerx.io. Um, how else can we get in touch with you? How else can our viewers get in touch with you?
Well, you can always contact me through LinkedIn. That's Lucas Caneda, LucasCaneda. Feel free to connect with me. I'm pretty open, pretty responsive. So if you got doubts, if you are interested about what we are doing, I invite you to send a message and I'll get back to you pretty quick. Also, keep your eyes open because mid July, Challenger X is going to be at the Aquis Exchange in London.
Wow.
So don't miss your opportunity to jump in.
Wow.
That's also about speed, right?
Speed.
Going public in around 2 months.
Guys just started 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys are amazing. Thanks for joining us today, Lucas. It's been a pleasure and thank you so much. And viewers, thank you guys for tuning in.
Pleasure is all mine.
Yes, yes. Keep your eyes open for these guys here. They're gonna do some big things. And like you said, he's not taking his time at it. He's going full fledged. Pay attention to this guy. All right. Until next time.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
All right.